Hello there, and welcome back to Corey Loses, where today we are once again continuing our Thrawn's Revenge 3.2 preview playthrough as the Pentastar Alignment. In the last episode, we got attacked over at Meridoon, but we were able to hold on. We are keeping a fleet stationed there now, which we used to be doing at Telos, but instead Telos is going to be some ground production, which we're slowly going to shift units from down into the core. And we are going to use that as our defense against the CSA. If they are going to attack, we should usually have some extra units there to back us up. But if we don't, then the defenses should be enough to deal with it. So that's our anti-CSA strategy right now. Let's also throw in All Under Heaven as another production there. And our main goal for the day is to get into Corellia. So what I'd like to do on top of this is grab us a nice probe droid to see exactly what we're going to be dealing with on the ground at Corellia. The Empire has taken Fondor. So the Iriadu Authority is down to just the 2 level 4 shipyards. But they do have a couple other level 3s hanging around. I'm less concerned about the level 3s. They won't be able to get Praetors from them. But we're trying to wear down those Praetors as much as we can. Let's get a heavy frigate shipyard on there. You are part of Grant's fleet. That is our second Praetor carrier. So that actually puts Grant and Kane at pretty much full fleets. We also have this fleet at Bilbringi pretty full as well. So I'm going to send this one over to Ibdakeet's fleet. We did lose Otro. So we've lost 2 heroes in the last 2 episodes after a dry spell of hero losses. Let's pop you up to a higher level on Bilbringi. We want all the extra defenses on Bilbringi. We're invading Hakasi. Who's it going to be? Is it going to be Maldrude or Iriadu? Iriadu. There's the space units. Are we going to beat the ground units in? Or are they just here for some kicks? Those would have had to come from Corellia. So that helps a fair bit. That gets rid of any support they have there. It'll make it a bit easier for us to go in, which we'll probably do at the start of the next Galactic Week.
Your command, sir. Choose your reinforcements.
All right, Grant, you can come in after Kane. I definitely didn't say the wrong name there. Ghost and Knight. I was hoping to use the Praetor carrier. I should have used that instead. Oh well. Make sure you get all the engines off these guys.
All batteries commence firing. Yes, Commander. Engaging the enemy. I got one. I assume you need my help.
Like, we must be taking out a significant amount of the EA forces in these attacks. Like, they've been attacking pretty regularly, but they've been losing a lot for it. Because they were at 24% or 23% of the galactic forces. They might be down to like 22, which is, it doesn't sound like as much, but like now that we're starting to focus on them, we are going to make it harder for them to replace some of those losses as well. Okay, so we wanted to send this in there. You at Hakasi still need to be a little bit harder to attack. Let's get the base defenses. And we have enough infantry there for now. I'm going to train some more if I can. I'll sell some vehicle production at Carida, rather. So we can get a barracks. And I'll sell the heavy factory, and we'll buy the Carida Academy next time, maybe. So what are we looking at there? Nope. Or yes. Yes.
On the hunt.
Okay, let's see what they're at right now. We're down to 4 again. Ariada's at 23. I think they did drop a percent or two from their height.
Tactical battle imminent.
It's hard to say exactly because you can't see like a chart with history. But
Enemy unit sighted.
yeah, you're gonna get hypervelocity gunned.
Choose your reinforcements. Hypervelocity cannon firing. That seems
We're doing the Grant Kane combo.
Our engines are out. Ready for battle. Thrawn reporting. Of course. Fire at will.
The anti-fighter is gonna shut down a lot of our assault missile damage.
Engaging the enemy. Admiral Thrawn reporting. Comlink active.
I don't know how I pronounced missile there, but it wasn't correctly.
Roger that.
Okay.
Open fire. Attack that target.
Let's see. Stay over there, Kane. Then Grant is gonna help you with defenses on the back end.
Let's get moving. Gaining on the enemy. Do you have something to report? I see.
We're just losing literally every missile, pretty much. But they can only fight us one Praetor at a time currently. And if we kill everything but the Praetors, then they can fight us 2 Praetors at a time. And we'll be able to use the extra ships to supplement that. Not extra ships, but the rest of our ships.
I'm ready.
But until then,
Operate that target.
the hypervelocity gun is too much of a threat.
Destroy them. All batteries commence firing. Fire at
Okay, this is a situation where we want to kill the... well, first we want to take out your shields.
locking up.
We want Grant to be able to take out these guys with minimal threat.
Sir, all batteries commence firing.
Alright,
Fire at will.
now we get on there.
All batteries commence firing. Fire at will. Engaging the enemy.
Ion cannon, ion cannon.
What is it you want?
Grant, stop here. You, Kane.
Fire at will. Engaging the enemy. All batteries commence firing. Fire at
I'm
will.
going to try to do this as efficiently as I can.
Engaging the enemy. Taking fire. All batteries commence firing. Fire at will. Engaging the enemy. All batteries commence firing. Fire at will.
Like, it's not that the turbos don't do any damage to shields, but obviously the ion cannons
Batteries commence firing.
are per capita better.
Engaging
We
the
don't need to kill the weapons that aren't facing us as much.
fire at will. Engaging the enemy. Ready for the kill. Engaging. Attacking. Roger that. Where's the
Okay,
target? Need my
Grant,
skills?
Stay over there.
All batteries commence firing. Fire at will. Engaging the enemy. All batteries commence firing. Fire at will. Engaging the enemy. All batteries commence firing. Fire at will. Engaging the enemy. All batteries.
Okay, we've killed most of the weapons on this Praetor that are going to be able to
Fire at will.
hit Kane.
I already have a plan.
So we want to leave
Engaging the enemy.
a lot of it as alive as possible,
Commence firing.
so that it doesn't immediately just get replaced.
Engaging the enemy.
Well, we kill some of this other stuff.
All batteries commence
We
firing.
might be able to give our shields a chance to recharge if we do that.
Banks are the primary.
Fire at will. Engaging the enemy. All batteries commence firing.
Okay, let's take you out. Because you're going to be doing a lot of ion damage as well. Silly little ISD.
Engaging the enemy. All batteries commence firing. Fire at will.
Because it's once again just the weapons on one side that are going to be able to hit us.
Firing. Fire at will. Engaging the enemy. All batteries commence firing. Fire at will. Engaging
And you are just going to be left as a useless sack of
Fire at
combat power.
Engaging the enemy. All batteries commence firing.
Commander, they're hitting us.
Thanks, Grand Admiral Perfidial. Thanks for following. Welcome to the stream.
Fire at will. Engaging
See if we can get over to an allegiance.
firing. Fire at will.
Or can we actually finish off these guys? And Grant, can you come over?
Awaiting orders. Heading for attack position.
Alright, never mind. That's not worth... Just gonna hold position here then. Slowly finish off those.
I am available. Awaiting orders. Sir, I've got him. Copy. I copy. Hit the ion cannon bank. What is your analysis? Ready for command, sir.
Okay, even if they drop a Praetor on us at this point, we're fine. They don't seem to want to do all that much with anything other than their smaller ships, though.
Reporting.
All batteries commence firing. Fire at will.
The heavy ions off the
Engaging the enemy.
Where'd he go?
pin first.
All batteries commence firing.
Do they just not want to send anything else in after that? Because I'd be okay with that, too.
Engaging the enemy.
Falling out of
All
formation.
batteries commence
I wonder if the category changes
at will.
are part of why they're not going after heroes as much either in this.
Go after the straggler.
Like, if it's because they're heroes and that those category changes happen.
Attacking target.
But that shouldn't change it, because those were always part of it.
Quick.
All batteries
Oh
commence
well.
firing.
I'll take it.
Fire at will.
Come on, I want to kill your other 7 Praetors.
Engaging the enemy. All
I
batteries
came here for a reason. Praetor hunting season.
I've got him.
engaging the enemy.
I'm waiting. Time to go. So many targets, so little time.
Has there been a release date for 3.2? No, we don't have release dates yet. Fall of the Republic will be first, but
Taking fire.
it we don't announce release dates until we're in beta.
All batteries commence firing. Fire at will.
And we're not super far from being done what we need to be done for point 2. Like, at least to get to the point where testing can start. But there's still a fair bit.
All batteries commence firing.
Come on, Praetors.
Wisely.
Jump in. The Corellian waters are fine.
Engaging the enemy. All batteries commence firing. Fire Engaging the enemy. All batteries commence firing. Fire at will.
Come on, there's just an executor. You can fight it. You have ion cannons. His shields are almost down. Wouldn't that be nice?
The enemy. All batteries commence firing.
Oh, well, we killed 300,000 pop cap. He's starry-eyed, but you died for a good cause. Is there performance upgrades, or are there different hero ships UI? There are performance upgrades, there's a bunch of new content, a bunch of updated content. There's a ton of stuff's been done. It is a pretty massive update. Possibly the biggest we've ever done. Oh, AA turrets. Not great when you're dealing with, Nemesis. Or using Nemesis. There have been a few updates you may have seen on the channel. Update videos showing the broad scope of what's going on. But reworks everywhere.
Reporting in. Roger that. Choose your reinforcements.
Inputting coordinates. Moving to coordinates.
Soon that'll be much easier to track Oz. Any crashed Lewis scripts. And it's probably something... What I want to work on for that is something that I'm probably also going to leave on in the public release. That people can submit it to us.
Yes, Commander. Let's go.
Order acknowledged.
So at least it'll be easier for us to track when crashed Lewis scripts are causing problems.
Order, sir.
Alright, let's get anti-infantry in the back here.
Ready. Right away.
Awaiting orders. At maximum unit capacity.
I'm gonna get 2 ATDPs down this way.
Ready.
Ready to go.
Complete.
Awaiting
Oh,
orders.
shit, we already had...
Always ready, sir.
My bad.
Heading
My bad.
Fall out.
Yes, sir.
Affirmative. Let's move out.
We'll back you up.
Reporting in. Inputting coordinates. Awaiting orders. Moving to coordinates.
We'll get there.
Roger that. Keep going. Copy. Beginning short-range
I
fire.
wonder how far you need to go up to get there. Up here.
Roger that.
Here.
Form up.
Form up.
Get another anti-infantry one. And we'll get a repair on one side.
Copy. I copy. Move out.
I copy. Reporting.
So, you're gonna be repairs.
Sir.
I'd love to kill the ATAAs, to be honest.
Yes, Commander.
Order.
Make our other stuff
Right away.
have a safe and secure society.
Sir. We've secured a land.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's not possible to allow, like, in-game editing of the names. I have to code these in as their own units before before playing. So it's like they're all their own units and they're all
Over there.
coded individually, which would have a lot of performance impacts as well. It does make it a little laggier if the AI had access to them.
Construction complete.
Like, you can change the names in the text files that they randomize between, but it's unfortunately one of the shittiest features in the game. It wasn't put in very well.
Yes, sir.
Scanning area. Ready for duty.
Right, you deploy.
Reporting in. Attacking.
There's some more of those. Yeah, like you can randomize them between playthroughs like that, but It's actually one of the things that the game saves in the save files, so you can't even randomize it after you've started the same playthrough. Like when I started these preview playthroughs with the patron ship names, I initially used those files to do it, and it was just going to be based on that. But I stopped after one playthrough because I couldn't add any after the thing already started. Plus, you had the issues of like the same one being used all the time. So that, like, Droid script would at least mean that you get different ones between different playthroughs, but it's better, but still not great.
Reinforcements en route. Advancing.
Ready to go.
You guys can heal up again.
Reporting.
That should be a lot of the
Let's move out.
Copy.
ATAAs.
Order acknowledged.
Always ready, sir. Affirmative.
You guys are screwed.
Yes, Commander.
Yes, sir.
How's Imperial Reign coming along? Slowly, but it's coming. I did some work on it. Oh, did someone break my textures? They did. Someone put in the base game textures again. Fuck. I have to check the model for that after this. Because that's one of the base game props that I redid. But it looks like the prop has been... Like the base game texture went back in. Or another texture got put on top of it.
Unit destroyed. I copy. Over there. Order, sir. Moving out.
Roger that. Inputting coordinates.
Worst case scenario, I have to pull it from the... Or is that the base game model? Not my redone one. It's coded as a separate one. Not sure.
Awaiting.
Have to check that.
Reporting. Engines activated. Receiving orders.
See if we can kill the hypervelocity gun without getting killed by AA turrets and or ATAAs. And that's going to be our answer there. We wouldn't be able to do that. You can do it this way.
Moving out. Heading out.
Form up. Yes, Commander.
Technically, that's supposed to be prevented by the presence of the HV gun, but sometimes that script fails. We still haven't found a way to work around that.
Let's move out.
Hopefully, we'll be able to, but
Let's go.
haven't been able to yet.
Keep going. All right, men.
There's been a few comments about that on the workshop and on even the playthrough recently,
Yes, Commander.
so worth noting.
Ready to receive orders.
Yes, sir. This way.
I lost Kuat, then I got Kuat back, so it got better.
Ready. Destination
Copy.
ahead.
Keep going. Hostiles.
Proceeding. Roger.
Okay, we need to kill the ATAA so that the Nemesis can come in,
Reporting.
and you should be able to support from there. Let's get these all in.
Reporting in. Targeting. Aerial artillery reporting.
Firehawk down.
Comlink active.
You can kill the turret better than anything right now. Alright, there we go. You can hold on that. No, you gotta kill that. There it is.
This way. I have the target in sight.
Alright. We were able to get into the base at least.
Attack. I copy.
Okay.
Reporting.
Civil Protection's asking, have you tried making preview GCs on the smaller progressive maps? I usually, for these playthroughs, do the smaller versions of the maps. Like, I've generally played Clone Wars Small for Fall of the Republic, and this is in Empire's Essence, so it's the smallest version of the known galaxy map. It's been a long time since I've done a full Art of War or Empire's End, which I might do next year, but it'd probably be structured a little differently for those playthroughs. Because even these smaller maps, the playthroughs go like 30 to 40 episodes, because like the pace of the game is very different now from what it was a few years ago. The historical ones I've done a couple times, and I will be doing more. I've especially used them for the single stream Galactic Conquest as well.
Roger that. Yes, Commander. Construction complete. Form up. Right away. Moving out. Lancet targeting. Heading for attack position.
Can we... Where's our other artillery?
Construction complete. Yes, sir. Ready. Moving to destination. Roger. Awaiting orders. Attack. I read you, sir.
There we go. Oh, you're just staring off into the distance. My life could be better than this. Too bad.
Open fire. Attack the target. Attacking target. Heading out.
We need some,
Commencing bombing run. Let's move out.
we need some towers again.
Commencing bombing run. Target lock. Fire at will.
C-10s. We've been going really light on the ground forces we have recently.
Attacking. Target in sight. This way. Heading for attack position.
I am an AT-AT.
We're ready.
Hear me cry. We'll probably need to get to the first Battle of Geonosis as an event before we get to the second battle.
Online. Reporting in.
We do want to do more story events, just like the mapping and Lewis scripting are the kind of big things for that, and prop making as well. And those have typically gone into like other features and mechanics and bug fixes and everything recently.
Engines activated. Receiving orders.
It's like a perennial hope we have time to do it kind of thing. And there are some missions that have been worked on a little bit over the last few releases and just haven't been finished.
As you wish. Squadron moving out.
Need some healing. Bomb them off Palace. Probably going to have some more AT-ATs coming in soon.
Ready. Awaiting orders.
Down there.
Copy. Move out.
Have the super tank to follow the Republic? Yes, that is probably going to happen at some point. If I was going to guess, I'd say point 3. It's got a good chance of showing up.
Reporting. Lancet standing by.
One of the things that still needs to happen for Fall of the Republic for
Order acknowledged.
point 2 is that we need to go through and get the... Guys. Skies. To the skies. There we go. We still need to split up the way some of the production's done, so that we don't have like 6 trillion units available to both factions all the time.
Of course.
Construction complete.
Okay. You are still building up. We do need to split up Kane and Grant soon.
Star Destroyer reporting in.
Mauler ready.
Kane, I think one of these is supposed to be for you. Yeah, that's exactly 300. That's about 300. Kane's not quite 300. He needs some frigates, but... we will get... let's get a carrier for him. So we'll get Hyperion for Kane. We can put Grant's down to Hakasi, I think. Did the Empire take this back? They did. I don't think I've built Red Box yet.
Location confirmed.
Construction
Mauler
complete.
ready.
Get... you're not actually Naughty Dread, I think. Oh, you are.
Constructing
Okay,
unit.
Naughty Dread. Get another couple grand. So what we really need to do is take out some of these EA planets so that they can't expand into anyone else's territory, while leaving openings so that the Empire can take some EA planets and ours seem less attractive to them. I want to build up
Dreadnought
as much of these as we can. You got your Dreadnought ready. Starry-eyed, Red Rocket,
Production.
Rust
Unit
Bucket,
production.
those Mining City. And... throw in some more frigates at Bilbringi as well for this fleet. A Striker,
Artillery
might be a
on
Viking.
Unit.
Raid go away.
Construction complete.
ready to go.
I mean, with any story mission, there'd be a way for like either side to win. Just when we're determining what's a battle that just happens on the map versus what becomes a story mission, there has to be something like narratively interesting about it. Like the Battle of Utapau is interesting because that's where Kenobi beats Grievous, but you kill Grievous anywhere in the game, so it's not. There's nothing really unique or special about going to Utapau to kill Grievous. Like Order 66 starts when Obi-Wan's there, but like that happens wherever. So like the Battle of Utapau isn't really one that would be turned into, at least on the campaign map, a historical mission, a story mission. If it happened anywhere, then it maybe would be like a preset historical battle, which like you get to from the main menu. But those wouldn't be the highest priority ones to do. We generally want to focus on the ones that come up in the actual playing of a campaign.
Dreadnought cruiser ready.
Heavy victories standing by.
So like even for the menu historical battles, the first ones we'd be working on are those ones, the ones that
Engage
that work in multiple places. So like Operation Nightfall is one that will be pretty high priority Battle of Coruscant with some elements of like the Invisible Hand. I'm less concerned about them taking some of this, because we're gonna take Commodore pretty soon. That's why I'm not building too many defenses on Kashyyyk. Because we're coming out that direction, up to at least Jindine. Operation Nightfall is the invasion of the Jedi Temple. By Anakin. So that'd be part of like the Order 66 event. Circumtor is in Hutt space. It's right here. I think it was Imperial. But like, if we can take Commodore, Jindine, and Bothawai, then like also Telesia, but less relevantly, then that cuts them in half. And all these northern planets are going to become easy pickings for the Greater Maldrude or CSA or whomever. Okay, they're about to lose Mon Cal and DeSevero. You need some more infantry. Axilla, let's get some of those and something to help transport. There we go. I want the Academy, but it also doesn't help defend, so I think I have to do the Advanced Vehicle Factory. I know we sold it, but we do need to mostly worry about Carida as a place to hold against the Empire.
Reporting.
Okay, we're also going to grab Imperial Dandy, Scotsman. It's fine. Those will all go with Kane as well. These guys are all for Kane. We can't put them all in at the same time, but
Reporting.
like,
Tartan cruiser reporting.
so for Nightfall, it's like
Ready to go.
it's less of a both sides kind of mission where like you're playing as the Republic invading a Republic asset. So I meant more like for other battles that are between the two main factions, because you'd be fighting
Reporting.
forces that aren't really connected to the CIS there, but you could lose Anakin or something, and there'd be different outcomes from that.
Tartan cruiser reporting. 80-80 ready. Setting course.
So Hakasi is probably going to be a hold it in space planet. You...
Enemy fleet approaching. Construction complete.
What are you sending at me? Who are you sending at? Who is being sent at me?
Beginning construction. Building cancelled.
Nice try. You lose a Praetor for this. Your old torpedo sphere. Wait a minute. Kane. God damn it. How dare you?
Awaiting orders.
These are the old torpedo sphere still.
Copy.
Like, why would you do this to me?
Bomber standing by. Cannons armed.
How much do I need? It's 210. We need to lose 15.
Captain on deck.
Easiest way is to just sack off Riker.
What are your orders? Ahead full.
Awaiting your orders. Moving to coordinates. Order confirmed.
It's what I get for going over the 300 and
We've got
assuming I'm gonna save stuff.
Cruiser here. Location confirmed.
No, we don't have enough bomber power right now to
Captain.
Frequency
to make that big of an impact here.
Standing by.
Holding fire forward.
Starter weapons. Start fighting these guys with it.
Heavy victory. Standing by.
Roger that. Confirmed.
Alright. Hyperion. All under heaven. You're focusing on this side. These guys, Imperial Dandy and Fine. With the Scotsman coming in behind there.
Captain on deck. Adjust and fire.
Just fucking drive through the
What's your order?
asteroids. I don't want to lose Hyperion for this.
This is the captain.
Have to rebuild it. I don't think this asteroid field's applying it. Was this before the pass on that? Yeah, it might have been.
Fire at will.
Oh well.
Roger that. Coming around.
Standing by. Boost missiles. Attack.
Sir,
Form up.
Okay, I think we just have to accept that it's Hyperion that's dying
Standing by.
and move everyone else away.
Destroyer here.
bombers at the ready.
Our primary engine system is
Captain
down.
on deck. Helm move us out. Moving to sector.
I've got him.
Those bombers.
Right away.
You guys get around to the bombers.
Heading to destination.
Ready to receive orders.
What are your orders? New heading set.
Reported.
Alright.
Those
See if you can do any damage to that before you die.
Star Destroyer standing by. We're moving out.
Kane, come in and kill that stuff now, please.
Star Destroyer.
See if you can save
Engaging the enemy. All batteries
all under heaven. Federal's asking, if the CS start to invade Kuat and you have forces right there, but you send a fleet from Alderaan to reinforce it and the battle starts before the fleet arrives, really good if you could bring in the reinforcements halfway through the battle. So unfortunately, that's not possible. That's not something you can add to the game. There's no way to get those locations of those forces and know they're coming in to like script them as spawns in the battle even. There are ways to get the forces that are on other planets and know what's there. It's just more of a question of when you update the script or how often you make the script run to know what's at every planet.
Standing by.
Enemies in
So we have discussed ways to take into account forces that are on neighboring planets when battles start and like different mechanics that can involve that. But
engaging the
when stuff's in transit, that'd be impossible because like you can't know where in transit is. There's no way to really say like, oh, this is in transit between these two planets. It's just
Awaiting your orders.
pretty much inaccessible at that point.
engaging the enemy. All batteries commence firing. Fire at will. Engaging the enemy.
It's like even the way of trying to like get the units off of neighboring planets and spawn them in the battle somehow, you then have to kind of keep track of what's where, like what's been lost, and then take it away from the neighboring planets. Like boarding, we kind of do the reverse of that, where we figure out something that's happened in the battle and then spawn another one afterwards. It doesn't like technically give you the original unit; it's spawning something new in for it, but it's a lot more complicated
Fire at will.
trying to
Engaging the
get
enemy. All batteries commence firing.
intercepting.
a library of like all the units in the galaxy. Essentially, is what you'd have to do.
Engaging the enemy.
Captain on deck.
Like, there's a lot of stuff with Empire at War that's technically possible, but the big question just becomes like, how much computing resources are you putting into getting the information often enough?
Engaging the enemy.
Especially when there's not necessarily a trigger to tell the game that a certain thing has happened and you want to update it. Because, like, the easiest way to do that kind of stuff is something we need to do for something else as well, is trying to get the units off of neighboring planets and spawn them in the battle somehow. You then have to kind of keep track of what's where, like what's been lost, and then take it away from the neighboring planets. Like, even the way of trying to have an event that we can use for a plugin that can tell when a battle is like queued, so that we're able to take certain actions only after the battle's triggered, rather than having to like every frame update a whole list of all the units in the galaxy, because that would technically work. It's just then you're getting everything every frame, which would slow to a crawl. Okay, we lost some ships there. Very sad. Get Hyperion back. Because we don't want to move Kane over yet. Because they might have some ground units coming in. So probably not. Yeah, I'm going to move Grant back to Kuwait.
Tactical battle imminent.
Coming in from the mist now.
Incoming!
Orbital command available. Route.
Maybe we get the allegiance off that. If you can get the engines... Oh, come on. So close. But with a raid fleet, if it's a big enough raid fleet, plus we have the goal in 1, 2, and 3 here,
Yes,
we could do some damage here.
weapons ready.
Like in the prior release, or actually I think it was 3.0. In 3.0,
Weapons ready.
when I started the Empire of the Hand playthrough last year, around this time last year, it only recently ended. There was all that lag in that playthrough because we were doing the different method of tracking the extra structures. Because up until Petroglyph released the patch this year, when you had these additional structures, the AI wasn't able to know what they were or how strong they were. They would have to they'd attack, they'd see the main starbase, and they'd build enough forces to take that out in the fleet, but they wouldn't know that these extra ones existed. Especially when we had the shipyard as the main structure, and any Golan was just an additional defense. That meant the AI would just never send enough for it. Petroglyph fixed that, but our way around it before was going to be that we'd have the main space station not be a targetable thing at all. It would just be a package of what's called combat power. So that's the stat the AI basically uses to know how strong something is. It's used for like calculating things relative to cost. It's used for a bunch of stuff. So that would check how many... We had a script that would check how many stations there are, get a rough amount of the combat power, and then spawn in a station that wasn't actually on the map when you play the game. It was just an invisible dummy, and the AI would be able to say, okay, I need to send this many units to the planet for that. Thank you, Hapens, for killing that. But what happened was, because it's all this tracking, all this spawning, the game would just lag to shit. So there's a few examples of things like that where we tried to do something that technically the game is capable of, but just makes the game next to unplayable. There are a few other issues with that as well. Which faction am I looking forward to the most in the AWX? I think the Vong are probably going to open the most opportunities and probably offer like the most unique stuff for it. Guys, what are you leaving for? Maybe I'll get another engine out of this.
Hypervelocity gun available. Hypervelocity cannon firing.
Thanks, Apens. They're not quite going to be able to kill the whole Allegiance because they switched to the interdictor. But come on, that had been able to kill the engine. Great. Okay, this guy's alone. We don't have that many bombers, but we can try to do some damage there.
Ready for action.
They ended up killing most of the weapons on the side they weren't going to be facing either. Not ideal for them.
This should give them a hard time.
No, the 2 spawns wouldn't be enough to break down the shields. Like, they'd recharge by the time everything gets through.
Station ready.
Ready. TIE squadron here. Awaiting orders. I've got him.
Bombers are able to do a lot more damage in a short amount of time now, but not that much. Not enough for 2 to kill a Praetor. That would be pretty silly. We're going to lose our trade station. Very sad.
Orbital command available.
Right, you turn this way as well.
Fire impact.
Yes, Commander.
At your command.
Copy.
Hypervelocity engines are malfunctioning.
At their lasers.
Hypervelocity cannon firing. Space station under attack.
Blasted scum.
Relieving that copy.
You may as well power the weapons now.
Directing weapons at their lasers. Ion cannon. Decoding transmission. Losing power.
Open fire on those laser cannons.
Laser cannons disabled.
Disrupting energy output.
Engine.
Ready for action.
Alright, not even going to touch the shields on it.
Reinforcements en route.
Station ready.
Eyes reporting in. Reporting. Enemies incoming.
Thank you, Hapens. You're my new best friends. There's a sneak preview of the upcoming Hapen preview playthrough, which may be something we can do after this playthrough's done, because it's still going to be a little bit that's left in this few weeks, and the Hapens are nearly in a playable position.
Fire on the engine. Open fire on those laser cannons.
Like, it's been a super long time since there's been a playthrough on the channel of like an entirely new. I don't think it's technically never happened before where there's a new faction that's that new, where like every element of them is new, except for technically the battle dragons. But even the model, texture, and stats for that are going to be very different from what exists. Oh, there's the other Praetor. Forgot about you.
Losing control. I can't switch position.
Receiving
Yes,
message.
sir. Orders, sir. Targeting the laser systems. Bomber squadron reporting. Attack that target. Yes.
Just use the fighters to stall out here.
Form up.
Stay.
Ready
You stay as well.
for orders.
And hopefully this makes them
Target.
a little bit distracted.
Regroup. I'm hit. Taking fire. I've been hit. We're being targeted.
They come in like one at a time.
All fighters attack. Squad, move in. My scopes are jammed.
Bombers at the ready. Fire at will. Attacking.
Our defenses can definitely kill the Allegiance. A Praetor's a bit trickier.
Locking on. Taking fire.
Like, I'd love to be able to take out this Praetor entirely through HP guns.
Losing. I got targeting. Where'd he go? TIE squadron standing by.
Fighters.
Ready for battle.
Especially if they're
Squadron. Enemies in range.
they're teaming up.
Attack. Decoding transmission.
Your command, sir.
Fire. Targeting at maximum firepower.
Falling out of formation. Draw their fire. Ready to receive orders.
Station ready.
Awaiting your command.
Our engines are out.
Attack formation. Go after the stragglers. Under control. He won't be around much longer.
Another attack.
Watch him. He's coming around. Target critical.
Right. How are you do? You're still full shields. The Golan 1, less than full shields. What are the stats on you anyways? 16k, 20k,
Returning to your position.
11, 11.
Sir, decoding transmission.
Together they don't quite match a Praetor,
Priority
but
is the laser cannon.
Space station under attack.
probably going to get blocked. Yeah, that's definitely going to get blocked by the Praetor. Unfortunately, we haven't killed any weapons
Be destroyed. I'll take care of this.
on that one.
Getting a lock. Closing on target. He's headed your direction. Narrowing position. Taking out. Let's finish.
God, this planet isn't even meant to defend against you. It's meant to defend against the Empire. Why are you here?
Pursuing enemy forces. Taking them out. Watch your back.
Copy. Firing on their lasers. Target confirmed. Destroying
Intercepted.
lasers.
Engaging the enemy.
I copy.
We are better off just focusing on actual units for a while.
Reporting the launch. Firing on their lasers.
I'm losing.
Our space station is under attack.
He won't be around much longer. I'm on this one. Under control. Watch him. He's coming over.
Reinforcements en route.
Target critical. Returning to your position.
Yes, sir.
I'll take care of
Yes,
this.
Commander.
Getting a lock.
Attacking. Sir, I've got him.
They're easier to kill when they don't have shields, but you have to have something that can kill them when they don't have shields still, too. Currently, we do not have that.
Closing on target.
Location confirmed.
He's about to be
All right.
destroyed.
You know what happens now.
Pursuing enemy
IPV
forces.
reporting. All power advancing.
He's headed your direction.
Our lasers are offline. Torpedo launchers
Receiving
are
message.
offline.
Form up. Firing.
This is the cruel life for us.
More enemy.
The life I chose.
Awaiting command.
Press that button.
Generator destroyed.
I've detected.
Confirmed. Forward.
Taking fire.
Awaiting orders.
Alright, you guys just focus on this one for a while. Do what you can.
The lasers.
We'll get a little bit of damage off this from the fighters and bombers.
Target those laser banks. I've got him.
Okay.
Velocity gun available. Space station under attack.
Where are the others? Shield's almost gone.
Won't be anywhere near as long. They don't have anywhere near as much health as they did in the last one.
Copy. Falling out of formation. My run. Cover primary laser system is offline. Bombs away.
Watch for enemy ships.
Go for the one that doesn't have shields.
Those
Kill some extra hard points. Oh, look at that. There's some engines.
Attack.
Get that engine.
targeting primary and
Get the engine. You have to go for...
Engines are
awaiting
malfunctioning.
your command. Cannons armed.
Alright. We have two of them left. See, we get an engine out of this. We did. Nice and slow.
Blasted scum.
So their ability to actually make the Praetors is down 33%. They're spending a lot of money on infrastructure on the planets they've taken as well.
I'm hit. Losing control.
No other faction is going to be able to get to their main producing planets for Praetors. So is Fan and Sullust. But,
To the stragglers.
okay, got a weird email there. Alright, there we go. More hypervelocity gun. Jeez. How does that impact the world? We're at 5, Ariado 23. It might just not have recalculated yet. But I think with that, we are probably going to end the episode there for today. So, hope you guys are all enjoying the series so far. We'll be back next Monday with more of the Pentastar Alignment. This Friday, we do have the community challenge coming up as well. So tomorrow night, too, we have Joint Command over on X2. That's Tuesday nights. It's going to be Charlie's first turn, so that should be something. We'll mean a comment from the Joint Command Lounge on Twitch. So hope you're looking forward to all of that. I hope you're enjoying the series so far, and hope to see you next time. Have a good one, everyone.